Hi people! My name's LindseyGrafe, and this is How to Survive Being Female, Part 2. This is my friend Lauren, and she's going to help me talk about body image and how that relates to confidence and stuff. So the first thing you kind of have to understand about body image is, you hear about it a lot, and most people are just going to wind up having to figure it out themselves. Figure out, that it doesn't really matter, and there are lots of different types of bodies out there in the world. They're all different, and they can all be flattered, and you just have to figure out how.
And they're all beautiful.
They are all beautiful. Men are handsome. Some men are beautiful.
Well, Hugh Jackman's gorgeous.
That's true. That's very true. It's not just girls who go through this. Guys struggle with body image as well. They're under a lot of pressure to be really fit and, strong, and tone muscles and manly men. Nerdy men are awesome too. I wanted to point out that there are at least two main times that humans will gain weight in their life. And this is for guys and girls. So it's often in these times that people tend to have their weight struggles where they're freaking out about things. The first one that I know of is all humans will gain a lot of weight right before their growth spurt. That's just how it is. So don't freak out if your waistline disappears for a couple of years or more, because you'll probably grow a lot.
Just a side note, I wouldn't expect this if you're over 25. You're probably not going to grow a whole lot taller. But for you younger viewers, definitely, you're probably going to put on some weight before you grow taller. So just wait it out and you'll see your body changing.
That's partly why middle school is so awkward. You don't understand what's going on with your body and you're just like, what is happening? And then suddenly you're like, okay, cool. And then the second time that you will gain weight in your life, and everyone is going to gain weight, is when your metabolism starts to slow down. This is also known as the freshman 15, because generally this is around the time in your life that your metabolism will start slowing down and you're gonna keep on eating like you were as a teenager. And not all people hit this time during their freshman year. I happened to hit it the summer before my sophomore year, gained a lot of weight, and could not work it off. So the biggest thing is just understanding your body and understanding why you're gaining weight. Because then you don't have to freak out about it so much, because everyone goes through it. That's the circle of life.
Completely natural.
Yes. So when it comes to understanding your body, like I mentioned before, that was a pretty good transition, right? You have to understand that people carry weight differently. Some people carry weight in their stomachs and have really thin legs. Some people carry all their weight in their butts and their thighs and don't have anything up here. Some people have huge boobs. It's just, it happens. Everyone's different.
And everyone has different bone structure too, different body frames. Some people just have really small bones and they're naturally going to be seen a lot smaller and a lot thinner than others who may be really big boned and a little more sturdy built.
Size is literally just a number. It's different for everyone. Everyone has different measurements.
And different brands, the sizes vary too. I mean, I own some things in size small up through sizes large and extra large. It just depends on what you're buying and don't get caught up on size. If you need to bump up a size, it's all right. No one is going to know except you.
Exactly. You can't define people by dress sizes. It's just a number. Don't set unrealistic standards for yourself and for your body. The average woman is 5'4" and 140 pounds. And the average model is 5'10" and 110 pounds. That's a big difference. That's part of the reason that celebrities and models seem so surreal. You look at Barbie dolls and the Barbie doll proportions and it's completely unrealistic. If Barbie was real, eventually she would die from malnutrition. Don't go for Barbie doll proportions. It's a bad idea.
They've actually made a model to scale what Barbie would look like if she were actually a real person, and she honestly looked like a freak. I mean, it was so unnatural the way she looked. Those proportions are not accurate at all.
Plastic surgery, the only time it's okay is for medical purposes. People, will break their nose or something and they'll have to get a nose job in order to breathe properly, and then it's acceptable. But
changing yourself through plastic surgery just for vanity purposes because you're unhappy with yourself, you're really not going to find a whole lot of happiness when you change things, because you're just going to move on and find something else you don't like about yourself, and it's just going to be a vicious cycle. It's really sad because you never reboost that confidence, and that body image is still extremely low and extremely poor.
The biggest part about plastic surgery that scares me is when you lose yourself by changing something so drastically. And that's what keeps me from having plastic surgery. Not that I would anyway, I mean, I don't care anymore. Remember when the guys were talking to us and they said out of like 10 people, only one of them preferred boobs over butt? Most of them were butt guys. So yeah, think about that.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I have some friends and even some family who are very large chested, and it causes major back problems. Oh.
So small boobs are not a bad thing at all, And
natural and perky is better than fake.
Yes.
So body image, unfortunately, can have a huge effect on self-confidence. And yeah, self-confidence is something that I struggled with for a long time. I've had a lot of confidence issues just because of lots of things, and it's taken a long time to build up my confidence again. But really, confidence is like the sexiest quality you can have. I mean, it's nice to walk around and not care what people think. I think the biggest time that I had a problem with my confidence was about in middle school-ish, maybe early high school. What is that honking? Stop honking.
He's honking at you, honey. You're gorgeous.
Maybe early high school. I was borderline anorexic, and I just wanted to be thinner, and I stopped eating. Granted, around the same time, I started taking ADD medication, which can take away your appetite. It was a huge struggle, and it took a lot of time to get over with because I was very, very obsessed with weight. It takes time to get over these things. I had to learn it myself, and I got over it.
Just like Lindsey, I've definitely struggled with body image too. I mean, it's something everyone goes through, but for me, growing up, I was, you could say, chunky. Now I am 5'9", and let's see, in the 4th grade, I weighed about the same that I weigh now, but I was 4 to 5 inches shorter then. Yeah, my weight was definitely not distributed the same as it is now. I was a chubby child. But growing up, always being bigger. I mean, I'd always been one of the tallest in my class. I was always a big girl. It was challenging at times because I couldn't wear the cutesy little clothes that a lot of my other friends could wear. And, we'd go to the pool and my friends would be wearing bikinis. I didn't do that, and it was one of the things I didn't really understand why. And I didn't know why I was so much bigger than everyone else. And it was definitely a struggle. But I grew out of it, and I now focus more on healthy eating and exercising to help maintain my body and things. Some other ways that I battled this struggle and my issues with self-confidence, I realized that people don't really care that much what you look like. I mean, don't get me wrong, your appearance is important. First impressions, people are going to notice what you look like, but I think about how I look at other people, and I'm not going to say that I don't notice weight, don't notice height, don't notice beauty. I notice those things, but I don't use those as grounds for judging people. I don't look at people and think, man, I wish they had a different nose. I wish their hair was a different color, or I wish they were a lot thinner, or taller or anything. I mean, I don't care. And I don't think other people care either. And that was one thing that helped me a lot, was once I understood that other people didn't want to change me, weren't trying to change the way I looked. It helped me understand that I could be okay with myself too and accept that. I realized that I had so many other positive qualities and characteristics about myself that I could be proud of. And, you know, my intelligence, just being friendly and kind to people, and those characteristics outweigh appearance and what your body looks like by leaps and bounds. I mean, once you can understand that, you can gain that confidence that you need to go on with life and be successful and be happy.
You have to learn to love yourself and all your flaws, because humans are flawed creatures, you know? And we tend to focus a lot on the negatives of anything, really. Used to be, I would look in the mirror and I would say, I hate my nose, or I hate how big my thighs are. You know, you focus on what you don't like, and you tell yourself things over and over again, and eventually you will start to believe them. So if you tell yourself that you're too fat all the time, then you will start to believe it, and that's really unfortunate. But it goes the other way too. So the way I got over it was anytime I looked in the mirror, I forced myself to really look at myself and point out things that I liked about myself. If anyone is struggling with self-confidence in accordance to beauty, I challenge you to do what I did. It's hard the first couple times, you know, but you can look in the mirror, and rather than saying, I don't like this, I don't like that, you can look at yourself and say, oh, you know, I like the color of my eyes. I like my freckles. You know, I like how small my waist is or how small my legs are. And the more you focus on the things that you like about yourself, the more you can actually tell yourself, I'm pretty, and you can believe it. Because you are pretty, you know? Everyone's pretty or handsome. There are several different kinds of beauty. Just because a person looks good on the outside doesn't mean that they're so great on the inside. I mean, that could be the case. Sometimes that is the case. But you can't judge yourself by what you don't like, by what your flaws are.
We're always the harshest critics on ourselves. It's not everyone else in the world that's going to be judging you. This is a really personal subject, and it's extremely hard, but you can learn to love yourself and love your body and be happy with what you've been given.
You have to embrace it as a whole, and soon enough you will be able to actually look at yourself and smile. I think we're done here. That was pretty much all we wanted to say. We went off on a lot of tangents. That was fun. We had a fun time.
Hope you did too.
Woo. Thanks for coming, Lauren.
Thank you for having me.
And Katie for videoing,
Wow.
even though she's sick.
I've got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
So stay tuned for part 3 of How to Survive Being Female. Bye, guys. Alright, we're gonna... Hey, people. Just wanted to say real quick, it's my birthday! Not today, but it will be when I post this, so this is the only video that's going up this weekend. I know I said last weekend that I would post 2 videos to make up for missing. Evidence is right here. 2 normal videos today. Yeah, that didn't happen. Sorry about that. March bloopers will be up first week of April. Awesome. Bye.